Good morning, Dr. Jeff Shumenauer here with Simply Chiropractic, and we got another story for you. And this is Jane, and I'm going to introduce her. Jane, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so you're here to tell us a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
Well, I have scoliosis of the spine, and around age 12, I discovered that my clothes weren't fitting properly, showed it to my mother, and started a series of going to doctors, specialists in Chicago, because I live fairly close to there. Also, I spent a lot of time at Luther Mayo, going to doctors. Gave me lots of exercises to do. I couldn't even begin to describe the hanging off the kitchen table to try to strengthen my spine. That's one of the old school techniques, I guess. And so then couldn't really go any further with that because no one wanted to operate. But I did go to some chiropractors and talk to them about was there anything they could do for me. And they didn't want to work on my spine. I think they were very aggressive in their treatment, and so it probably was a good thing they didn't want to.
It was because of the curve of your spine, right?
Correct.
Can I show them your x-rays?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm hoping this shows up on here. So we're going to come up, I'm going to leave the lights up, and we're just going to get a look at this. So this is actually Jane's x-ray that I took here in the office, and you can see, right over here, this big right-hand curve, and it even travels up into this neck as it drifts off to the right there. Her spine should be straight up and down. So, all right, I'm going to bring you back over here, and we'll let you continue. So, you never had the opportunity to be worked on with a chiropractor because of the way they adjusted and the condition of your spine. Ultimately led to pain and so on. I'll let you continue.
Oh yes, lots of pain over the years, lots of pain medications, and all you do is get drugged up and you don't feel very good, so not the best approach. But I did start following Simply Chiropractic's ads in the newspaper, and I noticed there seemed like gentle. The word gentle stuck out to me because I'm very leery of anything being done to me. And different treatments like cold laser therapy, I hadn't heard of that. There was a section in there that said you could come in for a consultation and an overview, but I didn't do it the first time because I was so afraid of what might happen. So after about the second or third time I saw the ad, I decided, hey, I'm going to go and see what they have to say. And it's one of the best things I ever did in my life. I'm not making this up. I feel so much better. You told me after checking things and taking an x-ray, which we just saw, you told me you thought you could help me. You really like to challenge. And I said, wow, that's going to be great. I haven't had anybody say that to me about my spine before. So we progressed with starting the treatments, and I can't honestly say a certain number of them made a big difference because it's gradual, because we can't do anything real aggressive. But you don't crack anybody's neck, you don't twist anybody's spine. It's all done very professionally and pain-free, and I love coming here because it just makes me feel so good. I begged for more, but we just won't do it. So then after a few times, my back wasn't bothering me in the morning when I got up. I wasn't stiff and crooked and all that kind of stuff. I felt good. I wanted to do something. Before it's kind of like, oh, I don't think I can go there. My back hurts. I can't stand that long. But a friend of mine decided, she'd asked me to go on a bus trip to the Mall of America, and I'm using that as an example because I have declined an invitation for a couple of years. But I did think, well, maybe with how I'm feeling better, I will go on the trip. And I walked every part of the Mall of America, all the hallways and stairs and escalators, and was I tired? A little bit. Was I in pain? A little bit, but not like I would have been. I didn't stop very often. And so the next morning I got up and I still felt really good and hardly any pain. So I'm thinking this really was the best decision for me. I also have had trouble with my hands, and I've gone to the doctor and they've asked me to do physical therapy, which I did, which didn't really help at all. Then they tried braces. I have 2 different sets of braces for my hands, and you might as well not try to use your hands because you can't move anything with the braces on. So I mentioned that to you, and they were thinking carpal tunnel surgery. You told me cold laser therapy, and we've been doing that for 5 or 6 weeks. And I can honestly say I am almost 100% pain-free. My fingers, 3 of them on each side, were numb. They are no longer numb. I think it's amazing because if you could see what's done during this cold laser therapy, you don't know anything's happening. There's no pain. You just run the device. I'm sure that's not the technical word for
That's
it.
fair. Nope, you're right on.
And you did it on many places, and it is so good now that I'm knitting again and doing things with my hands, and it doesn't bother me, and I think it sounds like it's made up, but it certainly is true, and I'm just thrilled with that. You also worked on my neck, which I didn't realize was crooked or stiff, just because I'm so used to all of that. But last week, when I left here and I backed out of the parking spot, I could actually turn my head fully around and see what I was backing out of, whereas before it didn't go that far, but I didn't really realize it because I'd been doing it so long. The other thing that I think would be important for everyone to know is how gentle and super great feeling that you will have after each treatment, and it just keeps getting better, and I just hope you keep working just as you have been doing. And I think I've told you and your staff, I don't feel I'm coming to a chiropractor when I come here. I feel like I'm going to a spa because I just feel so good afterwards, and it's really a great feeling, and I thank you for that.
Well, that's a heck of a story. I don't know if I can even hope for anything more. Your case has been wonderful. You followed my recommendations. You did as I asked, and that's part of the secret. Is making sure that you had faith and trust in me, and we looked at each other and we said we'll work together, and you've done it. And your husband's been behind you on this as well, which makes it easier. Do we have permission to use this on our website and things for other people to be able to see?
You absolutely do, because I would hope that somebody would see this and they would come and see you, because I'd like them to feel better like I do.
Wonderful. And you don't have to tell me your age, but you're not 19.
No, I'm 64, and I'm proud of it.
Okay, there you go. I figured I'd lob it up there and let you say. Yep. So even at 64, 65, with 50 years of dealing with this,
Correct.
you found some relief.
Some relief? No, a lot of relief. Relief of any kind would be great.
I was just looking at your chart when you filled it out. You told me that and you rated an 8 out of 10. You had stabbing, aching, burning, throbbing, pins and needles all circled as part of the complaints, and you've done wonderful. We appreciate you as a patient and a friend of the practice, and we look forward to a long relationship. So, anything else you'd like to say before we close?
No, but if anybody has any questions or would like to talk to me or you about me, that's perfectly fine. I would be happy to do that.
I appreciate that, and you going through and taking the time to do this for us will help others. There's no doubt about it, and I appreciate and thank you for that. So,
Good.
excellent. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.